I mean, this is that part of the season right before rivalry week where you've got a lot of non-conference games, a lot of FCS games and such. I'll throw up here for you video viewers the whole slate from top to bottom from 11 a.m. all the way to 7 p.m. Central Time. That'd be 12 p.m. noon Eastern and 8 p.m. But as we look here, you've got that's Chattanooga going to Tuscaloosa to play number 8 Alabama. That's going to be ESPN Plus. A lot of these games I notice are going to be streaming. So if you're a fan of these teams, keep a watch on that. But 11 a.m. Central, Chattanooga, Alabama, that's just one of those things where you just, I mean, what was there to say about that, Zach?
Well, let's just make this fun. So the slate's pretty weak this week. Well, I shouldn't have put those words back to back, huh? But, yeah, the slate's not that great this week. As Brandon was saying, you can look at the logos, and some of them you might not recognize. Like the first one, that's T.O., Terrell Owens' alma mater. Chattanooga. Got Abilene Christian. Got ULM, USM, New Mexico State, FIU, Georgia State. A lot of group of 5 teams. Of course, like Brandon said, there's a couple good games mixed in. But let's make this fun, Brandon. Okay. I'm going to ask you, we'll make it a game, and we'll see who wins next week. So you might want to write this down.
I got my pen.
Alabama is hosting Chattanooga. Let's just say Chattanooga over or under 300 team yards. What's your answer?
Chattanooga over under
300 yards as a team against Alabama's defense.
Under.
All right. Brandon takes the under on Chattanooga. That's going to be a shellacking. Alabama's going to beat them by a bunch. I agree with Brandon. I'll take the under 300 total yards from Chattanooga. ULM at Ole Miss. Let's see what prop we want to put with this one. All right, Brandon. ULM against Ole Miss. They're 2-8. They're awful. ULM over or under 14 points against Ole Miss.
That is kind of tricky. Over under 14 points. So two touchdowns and a field goal will do it. You know what? It's crazy to say. I'm going to go over.
I'm going to take the under. I don't think Ole Miss will allow. Now, 14's a break. Neither of us win. But if it's over 14, you get the win. If it's under, I get the win. I don't think Ole Miss will allow more than 14 to ULM. They're pretty bad. Ole Miss wins this one big. I don't know. There's no point in us talking about these other than to make it a fun game. What's this segment called? We've never done this. We'll think of a name for it. Southern Miss at Mississippi State again. This one going to be closer than the other two, but Mississippi State should still win comfortably. Southern Miss is one of the worst teams in FBS. They're not good. Let's see, Brandon. We know Mississippi State's had struggles. Over or under 1.5 passing touchdowns for Mississippi State.
Ooh. Now, you know they got a touchdown last week.
But it was a kick return.
It was on a kick return. So over under
1.5 passing touchdowns for Mississippi State.
Passing TD?
Yeah.
I don't know. New coach, new interim coach.
Who's even the quarterback? Mike Wright or Chris Parson, or is Will Rogers coming back?
No clue. At this point, if you're Will Rogers, I mean, why rush back if you don't have to?
Because he's a gamer, Brandon.
Okay.
We just talked about it with Bowers.
He's got heart. You know what? I can respect that. But it's going to be under 1.5.
I'll take the over.
I see one of us is gonna win. Actually win.
Yeah.
One of us is gonna actually lose. It's not gonna be.
That's
good.
I'll take Mississippi State over 1.5 passing touchdowns as a team. I don't know who's gonna do it or who's gonna be quarterback, but they're gonna get at least 2. All right, Abilene Christian at College Station against Texas A&M. New interim coach there for Texas A&M. Abilene Christian, not a good team. What do we want to do with this one? Over or under 550 total yards for Texas A&M.
550 total yards.
Yeah.
I'll go under.
I will too. Think A&M wins this comfortably, but their offense isn't really designed to put up a ton of yards. They don't have a great offense. I think they blow out Abilene Christian, but they won't get 550 total yards. We'll skip UGA at Tennessee to do an actual breakdown. New Mexico State, who's actually like 8-2, at Auburn, but they've played nobody. And Auburn's hot right now. I think Auburn wins this game easily. Sets up what could be an interesting Iron Bowl with how hot Auburn's been lately. Let's just do one random. So Auburn's got a good defense. Over or under 1.5 interceptions for New Mexico State. Will they throw over or under 1.5 interceptions?
You're good at coming up with this stuff. NTs. Ooh, man. You know what? Peyton Thorne has not performed that well. But I don't. You know what? Give me an over.
No, I meant is
What?
New Mexico State throwing 1.5 more interceptions?
You had me flustered there. Yes.
All right, you'll take the
Yes.
over.
Man, I was hoping he was going to.
They'll get one. Give me the under just for fun.
Okay.
All right,
I
Florida.
thought you were trying to throw some shade at Auburn there. Okay.
No. Florida at Missouri. We'll save that. FIU at Arkansas. Over under 40 total points between both teams. FIU at Arkansas.
Under 40?
Over under 40
Over.
total points, like combined for each team.
Oh, man.
So, 21-20 would be over.
Ah, man, that 40 is a pretty low number, even for a team like Arkansas. Give me over. You're going to say under.
I'm going to take the over. FIU's pretty bad.
Okay.
All right. Kentucky at South Carolina. We'll save it, even though I don't have a lot to say. It's kind of a meaningless game at this point. Georgia State at LSU. Let's do a Jaden Daniels one. Jaden Daniels over under 400 passing yards.
Just passing, not total.
Just passing.
Oh, man. You know what? With the numbers that he's putting in, this may be a little crazy. I'm going to go over.
I'm going to go under. I think he'll have over 400
You think it's
total.
going to be balanced? You think it's going to be
yeah.
a balance?
He'll have over 400 total, but he won't have 400 passing.
That's a pretty big feat.
Yeah.
Well, you would think that after a certain point in this game, they're probably going to suspend the pass at some point.
And just run the football. All right, let's go and break down some. We'll start with Kentucky, South Carolina. We'll go out of order, but unless you just have a big breakdown ready.
No, you go right ahead, sir.
It's in Columbia at night. Historically, that's been a tough place to play. Ask Tennessee. I just think Kentucky's got the better football team. I'll take Kentucky to win straight out. I don't know the spread. Do you?
No, I can get that for you.
Not sure the spread. We'll have that in a second, but I'll take Kentucky just to win outright. I think they're the better team, better defense, better offensive line. South Carolina's line of scrimmages is pretty abysmal. Devin Leary, probably not as good as Spencer Rattler. I don't know. It's Columbia. It's night. It's going to be close, I think. Senior night maybe for South Carolina. Not 100% sure, but I think. What's the spread?
Half of a point. South Carolina minus half a point.
So South Carolina's a half a point favorite. Give me Kentucky outright. There's, obviously, I can't say to cover because it's half a point. So give me Kentucky to win. I'll say the final score is 31 to 27 Kentucky.
31-27 Kentucky.
Yeah.
It's an ugly game. I mean, you've got two teams. One team in Kentucky that's pretty one-dimensional. South Carolina, they just can't get anything done. They can't establish rhythm. I'm going to take Kentucky, though, in this ball game as well. There's not much more to say about it. But I'll say give me 28-17 Kentucky.
28-17 Kentucky.
The over-under on this game is I know we just like the total points. It's 54.5, but that's that seems to be like the default.
Yeah, right around 55-50. All right, next game up, we have Missouri hosting the Gators of Florida. Number 9, Missouri hosts Florida. I'm going to say, obviously, I'm going to take Missouri to win. Well, look, we just went on a whole rant about how good Missouri is. They're a better team than Florida. Missouri knows if they win this and they win their next one, they're a 10-win team. Florida does have to fight. If they win this, they'll be bowl eligible. I just don't think they get it done. Missouri's just more complete, offense, defense, the whole 9 yards. Give me Missouri to win this one.
Would you like to hear the spread?
Yeah.
Just for fun in this game.
Kicks and giggles?
Yes, absolutely. Spread in this ball game is Missouri 11 points.
Missouri by 11. Give me Missouri to win and to cover. Give me Missouri. Florida's defense still isn't that bad. Give me Missouri 35, Florida 20. So they win by 15.
Yeah, okay. Same here, Missouri. Florida is they're 5-5, 3-4 in the conference.
Can't believe they lost to Arkansas at home. That's one of those SEC games that baffles you at the end of the year when you look back. Florida loses at home to that Arkansas team.
Went to overtime, regardless.
And if you win that, you're bowl eligible. Yeah. And they got to play Florida State next weekend.
See, now you're staring down a no bowl game. After next week, you go to the house and it's all over. Florida, they have to win this game, but
if they want to make a bowl.
If they want to make a bowl, if they want any hope, anything to hang their hat on, but I don't see it happen. Missouri's just so tough, and if anything, they're getting better. Give me Missouri. What was I going to say? 41.
I don't know what you were going to say, Brandon.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Give me 41-28. I was gonna say 41-31, but I don't see a position where Missouri doesn't cover. So give me Missouri 41-28. Next time you need to read my mind next time. So
I'm gonna
help
try
me out a little bit.
All right, so next up is the Georgia Bulldogs traveling to Knoxville to play the Tennessee Volunteers, the number 1 Georgia Bulldogs, and
that's right.
The spread is 10. Last time I looked on ESPN, the spread was 10. Look, Georgia, they looked elite last weekend.
Yep.
Tennessee did not look elite. But
Nope,
Tennessee's a whole different team at home. Regardless, though, I don't think Tennessee has the offense to keep up with Georgia's offense. Tennessee plays a lot of cover 3. They'll switch to man some, but Tennessee brings the house. Tennessee sends blitzers, and they come after the quarterback, and they really try to clog up the run game. With that offensive line of Georgia, I just don't think they're going to – they might get pressure a couple times. And I don't know if they're going to be in Carson Beck's face all day long. I don't see that happening. I don't think they have the offense to keep up with Georgia, and I think Georgia's defense will get a stop way before Tennessee's defense will get a stop. Because if you shut down the run game of Tennessee, it's not good. And I think Georgia has the guys to shut down Tennessee's run game. Give me Georgia to win. I know it's going to be in Neyland. It's going to be a rowdy crowd. 2:30 CBS. This is kind of like, I mean, if Tennessee wins, it'll be huge. They knock off the number 1 team, break the 27-game win streak, rush the field, probably tear down the goalpost, throw it in the river.
Yep. Again.
But give me Georgia to win. I'm going to say Dogs 38, Tennessee 17. So Georgia covers.
What more is there to say? Tennessee is not a consistent team. Georgia is... Well, look, we talked enough about Georgia earlier. Georgia gets the win. You know, according to this, Zach, you said 2:30 CBS, 3:30 Eastern. The weather here has got this 71 degrees. It's going to be an incredible...
Perfect weather
for a football game, but that's not going to matter. Look, the 102-plus strong in Neyland are going to be there. They're going to be ready for the upset, but the upset is not going to happen. I'll take UGA 35-24, cover the spread, and move on down the road.
Yeah, I think Georgia right now is hitting their stride, as is Alabama. I think that's going to be a heck of a game. The SEC championship in Atlanta, because I think the best 2 teams in the SEC are hitting their stride at the right time. And look, that's what I'm gearing up for. These games this week aren't that interesting to me. I think this game will be pretty good for maybe the half.
Yeah. Then
I see Georgia opening it up. But, man, I'm really just looking forward to the SEC title. But
that should be a great game, great matchup. You know, I was thinking about this the other day, Zach, talking about the SEC championship game. You know, CBS, I guess that'll be the end of the road for the partnership between CBS and the SEC, right? I believe
so. I guess it is. This is the last ever CBS 2:30 kick.
It kind of made me sad the other day when I was thinking about that, because I can picture it now. This game's on, and whatever happens, happens. Should be a good game. But at the end, you've got Gary Danielson,
Brad Nessler.
Do you think Vern Lundquist makes an appearance on that broadcast?
That would be awesome, but awesome. I don't see it happening. That would make my life.
I can picture it now. Signing off for the last time, and then you see a big montage of some big games over the, 20-plus, near 30-year?
Yeah.
Probably
you get a little teary-eyed?
Well, I will Saturday of SEC.
Last time we hear that thing, SEC championship. Don't they usually have it?
Yeah.
So that's the last time we'll hear that theme.
So I have a tear in my eye as they go off the air for the last time. It is an era that, and I've also been thinking about this, like so many things are changing in this day and time. Like it's more things that I'm going to have to explain to my children, my future children. Like, hey, back in my day, there was this. These things that they don't even know. They just don't know. They're not going to know. Same thing with your children, with your child. You're going to have to explain all this, Zach.
Yeah,
like,
it's good.
Man.
Well, I could pull up the old YouTube. If that's still man, if YouTube leaves, I really will cry. But